So let's go ahead and get it started off, John. Last year, I think it was around November, within the interview of the full length interview, it's around 12 to 15,000 views on just the full length interview. But within the interview, I made a little clip of you stating, which this clip, the video that I made of you discussing that there's 250,000 people on the moon. And that video is pushing, it's 600 plus thousand views, and people it was raving over that little segment within the interview we did. But you just told me pre-show that you have you changed your mind on that number because you think it might be more now. So explain a little bit on that, John, and tell me what led you to this. I guess you thinking that there is more people on the moon than previous.
Well, Mike, what happened is I inspired a guy named Bruce Swartz with my information about the moon, and he wanted to see for himself if what I was saying was true, because it's not that he didn't believe it. It was just that he had a hard time with the facts about the thing. And basically what you have to know about the moon is the gravity on the moon is not 1/6 that of Earth. That's NASA BS. It's 68.71% of Earth. So it's right up there almost with Earth. And the other thing is, we're told that the moon has a vacuum on it. And that's not true. It has a breathable atmosphere that extends up to about 15,000 feet. So anyway, I inspired Bruce, and he bought a 12-inch telescope and started looking at the moon. And one thing he found out, he's a real good technical guy, he found out that when we look up at the moon, we're looking at a hologram. That's not what there. We're looking at craters and mares and dirt and stuff like that. And that hologram is there so that we don't see what's on the moon. And what's on the moon is vast, huge industrial areas, roads, buildings, bridges, just all kinds of stuff. And he started posting that on YouTube under Bruce Sees All. That's BruceSeesall. Bruce Sees All. And he had about 30 videos there, and a fantastic of the amount of industrial areas there were. As a matter of fact, on my wall here in my den, I had to copy some of the pictures and put them up because I was behind. I was using some of the old pictures that I have that we got with the telescope. But looking at all these areas, it's my belief now that there's between 2 and 3 billion people on the moon. Now, remember, Howard Menger went up there in 1956. He was invited by the humans on the moon to go and see what was up there. And he wrote a book out of it called From Outer Space to You. That was 60 years ago, but you can still get that book. Somebody said it was still at Amazon.
I think it is.
It's a great, great story, and it inspired me. I made contact with Howard basically because I wanted to find out what the daytime color of the sky was, because in his book it said it's a saffron yellow. So I sent him 6 swatches of saffron yellow, and I said, put an X on the one that most closely matches the daytime sky. And I've got those swatches posted on thelivingmoon.com, which is run by Ron Schmidt. And you can see the ones that Howard Menger X'd and what color it is. And so then I took all the moon pictures I've got on my den on my wall, and I put the daytime color saffron yellow on the sky so that people would know what it's like on the moon. And of course, um, all the NASA videos that they made of the fake moonwalks had a black sky, not black, saffron yellow. So, that looking at all the industrial areas that Bruce has on those videos, I just imagine it's got to be at least uh, between 2 and 3 billion. Now, people say, "Whoa, well, is it on the far side?" No, it's on the near side and the far side. They don't worry about whether. Well, they worried about you seeing it, so that's why they put a hologram that covers the moon, and and Bruce has figured out a way to penetrate to see through that. Now, about 6 months ago, he managed to buy a 14-inch telescope, which is vastly better than the 12-inch, and he's got some really good videos up there. And so, based on that, I've increased my my estimate of the people on the moon. Now, NASA has told us that there's 9 planets, and we've all bought that. And recently, they said that Pluto was no longer a planet, and now it's 8. The truth is, we have 40 planets in our solar system, and each one of these planets has at least one civilization, maybe more. And each of these planets has at least one moon and probably more, and those moons have their own civilizations. So there is so much going on in our solar system. Uh, Earth is just a zoo for the backwards people who are just, learning the ABCs of life. And so we're not allowed to go anywhere and spread our envy, hate, and greed ideas in the solar system. That's why we couldn't go to the moon. And that's why the aliens put a 25,000 mile barrier, radiation barrier, so that we couldn't get anywhere.